The Berlin Open was supposed to be a reality check, a reminder that while Eala is a rising star, she is still not ready to challenge the very best in the world. That was the expectation. That was the narrative. That was what everyone believed, including world number 2 Elena Rybakina herself. But someone forgot to tell Eala. In the round of 16 of the WTA 500 Berlin Open, Eala did something that nobody expected. She did not just compete with the 2022 Wimbledon champion. She destroyed her. She dismantled her. She sent her packing in straight sets, 7-5, 6-4. The tennis world is in shock. The Filipino wildcard has done the unthinkable. She has reached the quarterfinals of one of the most prestigious grass court tournaments in the world, and she has sent a message to every player on tour. Eala is no longer just a promising talent, she is a legitimate threat. Today, on TopSpin, we are breaking down the stunning victory that has everyone talking. For more coverage in tennis, subscribe and hit the notification bell. To understand the magnitude of this victory, we have to go back to the beginning. Just over a month ago, at the Italian Open in Rome, Eala faced Elena Rybakina for the first time on the WTA Tour. The result was a humbling 6-4, 6-3 defeat. Eala was outclassed. Her serve, a known weakness, was exposed. Rybakina broke her serve 4 times and won 73% of her first serve points. The world number 2 was simply too powerful. But that was on clay. Berlin was grass, the Kazakh star's favorite surface. The Kazakh star had won Wimbledon in 2022 and was one of the most dangerous players on the surface. Eala arrived in Berlin with a different mindset. She had just won the Birmingham Open, her first grass court title. She had defeated Donna Vekic in the first round in a match that showcased her mental toughness. Serving for the match at 5-4 in the second set, Vekic had surged to a 0-40 lead, but Eala saved all 3 breakpoints and sealed the victory with a pair of unreturnable serves. Her post-match words summed up her mindset perfectly. "I told myself that she's fighting back, but I'm also a fighter." The victory set up a rematch with Rybakina. The tennis world was buzzing. Could Eala do the unthinkable and defeat a top 2 player on grass? The stage was set for a blockbuster clash at the Steffi Graf Stadium in Berlin. The second-seeded Rybakina had received a first-round bye, meaning she was well-rested and ready. On paper, it was a mismatch, but Eala had been defying expectations her entire career, and in Berlin, she was about to do it again. Rybakina had been in dominant form heading into the tournaments. She had reached the semifinals of the French Open just weeks earlier, proving her form on clay before transitioning to grass. As the Australian Open champion in 2026, she was considered one of the favorites for the Wimbledon title. The world number 2 was also a former champion in Berlin, adding to the pressure. But Eala had momentum on her side. She had already accumulated 7 wins on grass this season. She had overcome a tough 3-set battle with Vekic in the previous round. She was playing with confidence and freedom, knowing that she had nothing to lose and everything to gain. What happened on the court between Eala and Rybakina was a masterclass in resilience and determination. The match began as many expected. Rybakina, world number 2, came out firing. She used her powerful serve to dictate play and quickly broke Eala's serve in the 4th game. After holding her own serve, Rybakina opened up a commanding 4-1 lead. The crowd, the commentators, and even Eala's own supporters began to worry. It looked like the match was slipping away. But Eala did not panic. She did not fold. She did what champions do. She fought back. She capitalized on a pair of double faults from Rybakina to earn her first break of the match in the 7th game. Then she followed it up with an emphatic service hold, highlighted by 2 aces to level the set at 4-4. The momentum had shifted. The crowd in Berlin, initially neutral, began to rally behind the underdog. Both players held serve over the next 2 games, keeping the set finally poised at 5-5. That is when Eala delivered the decisive blow. She secured another crucial break in the 11th game, putting herself in a position to serve for the set. Then she dug deep, fending off Rybakina in a gritty final service game to seal the first set after nearly an hour of hard-fought tennis. The set had lasted nearly an hour. Rybakina had come out looking dominant, but Eala had refused to let the match slip away. The Filipina had shown her incredible mental toughness, and the world was taking notice. The 4-1 deficit was a test of character, and Eala had passed with flying colors. The second set began with Rybakina trying to reassert her authority. She held serve in the first game, but Eala had found her rhythm. She won the next 3 games, holding her own serve and securing an impressive break in the 3rd game to gain an early 3-1 advantage. This sole break would prove pivotal in the set, as Eala had no issues exchanging service holds from that point forward. The difference came on the return. Eala consistently put pressure on Rybakina's second serve, winning 19 points off those deliveries, more than double Rybakina's tally of 9. She was reading the world number 2's game perfectly. She was dictating the points. She was playing the match of her life. Rybakina, who had been pushed by Katie Boulter at Queen's Club, was finding Eala a far more difficult puzzle to solve. The final score was 7-5, 6-4. Eala had done it. She had beaten the world number 2. She had reached the quarterfinals of a WTA 500 event. The victory was the biggest of her season and one of the most significant of her career since her breakthrough run at the 2025 Miami Open, where she toppled then world number 2 Iga Swiatek. The moment the final point was played, Alex Eala's emotions overflowed. She raised her arms in triumph, a huge smile spreading across her face. She had just achieved something that nobody expected. In her post-match interview, she struggled to contain her excitement. "I'm still shaking, and I was shaking on match point too," she said. "But I'm really happy with today, of course. It could have gone either way. I think there were really tight moments in both sets." She showed grace and respect for her opponent, acknowledging Rybakina's greatness. "She's an amazing player. She's the one to beat, so I'm happy to have been able to share the court with her again." Eala had come into the match seeking revenge for her defeat in Rome, and she had gotten it in emphatic fashion. The tennis world reacted with shock and admiration. Social media exploded with praise for the Filipina sensation. Hashtags like Eala wins, Berlin Open, and Philippine Pride trended across platforms. Analysts who had predicted a quick Rybakina victory were forced to eat their words. One commentator wrote, "I thought Rybakina would handle Eala easily on grass. I was wrong. Eala was unplayable today." The victory was significant for several reasons. It was Eala's 5th win against a top 10 player and her second over a tournament's second seed, following her memorable upset of Swiatek in the 2025 Miami Open. It was also a testament to her incredible growth as a player. In just over a month, she had transformed her game. Her serve, once a liability, had become a weapon. Her ground strokes were more penetrating. Her movement was sharper. She was a different player than the one who had lost in Rome. Eala's win also marked a significant milestone for Philippine tennis. She had not only avenged her loss to Rybakina, but had proven that her success was not a fluke. Her victory was a testament to her hard work, her determination, and the quality of her game. She was no longer just a promising talent. She was a legitimate contender on the world stage. The victory also set up a mouth-watering quarter-final clash with world number 6 Elena Svitolina. It would be the first meeting between the two players, and the stakes could not be higher. A win would see Eala reach the semi-finals of a WTA 500 event, an achievement that would further cement her status as one of the most exciting young players in the world. This victory has massive implications for the rest of Alex Eala's season, particularly for her Wimbledon dream. The win over Rybakina has proven that Eala can compete with and even dominate the very best players in the world on grass. She is not just a Birmingham champion, she is a contender for the 3rd Grand Slam of the season. The Wimbledon seeding situation is still unresolved. Eala entered Berlin ranked number 35, having dropped from number 33 after the HSBC Championships. The top 32 players at Wimbledon receive seeds. She is just outside the top 32, but her performance in Berlin has massively boosted her ranking points and her confidence. A deep run in Berlin could secure her a seed at Wimbledon. The victory over Rybakina was a massive step toward that goal. The quarterfinal match against Svitolina is the next challenge. If Eala wins, she will earn even more ranking points and come within touching distance of a Wimbledon seeding. The dream of becoming the first Filipino ever to be seated at the All-England Club is now closer than ever. The win also validates the improvements Eala has made to her game. Her serve, once a weakness, is now a weapon. She fired aces when it mattered most and saved multiple breakpoints against Rybakina. She is no longer a player who struggles to hold serve. She is a player who can dictate matches with her serve. This improvement has made her a far more dangerous opponent and elevated her game to a new level. Alex Eala has always been a player with immense potential. She has been a trailblazer for Philippine tennis, but this victory is the ultimate validation. She has beaten the number 2 player in the world on a surface where she is most comfortable. She has overcome adversity and exceeded expectations. She has shown the world that she is not just a rising star, she is a star. Her journey from the Birmingham Open to the Berlin Open has been one of the most remarkable stories in tennis. She has gone from being a wild card to a legitimate threat for the biggest titles in the sport. Her victory over Rybakina is a moment that will be remembered for years to come, not just in the Philippines, but across the entire tennis world. The confidence gained from this victory will be immeasurable. Eala will now believe that she can beat anyone on any surface. She will not be intimidated by the big names. She will not be overawed by the big stages. She is ready. The tennis world is watching. And the best part about this story, it is just the beginning. So here is where we leave you. Alex Eala destroyed expectations with a stunning victory over Elena Rybakina. She reached the quarterfinals of the Berlin Open, a feat that seemed impossible just weeks ago. She has shown the world that she is a champion in the making, and she is just getting started. For more coverage in tennis, subscribe and hit the notification bell.